advice. Hello beautiful people, Adrienne here. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, it is that time of the year. School is back in session and I cannot let y'all go to school, especially if you're going to be a freshman in college, without any advice. So I called up my friends to give y'all their perspectives. They either go to HBCU, PWI, all different majors, all different experiences, because college is like some of the best 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 years of your life. So I want y'all to make the best of your experience. Let's get into the first call. Okay, so the first caller is Lexi Beck. She's a graduate of Grambling State University. We met back in middle school and I know for a fact she has some great advice for y'all. She also has a YouTube channel where she posts vlogs about her experience in the military, so make sure y'all check that out. Now, let's give her a call. Hey Lexi!
Hey Adrienne!
I feel like I have not seen you in a long time.
It has been a while for sure.
But I watch your YouTube videos, so I can recognize everything. My question for you is, since like everybody, if you hear someone went to an HBCU, the experience is always something someone like talks about or is interested in. So how would you say you balanced your studies while also having like a social life and being involved and stuff like that?
I would say the key word is discipline. You have to be able to tell yourself, no, this is not the right time. No, I have a test coming up. It's very difficult because there's literally something going on every day, in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. But you have to have enough fortitude to just be able to tell yourself, like, look at your end goal, what you're trying to get to. Is this party that's probably going to get shut down going to help you get to your end goal? Did you feel like you struggled in any ways with that, or that's something like you already had in your mind, like, I'm not going to get distracted? I would say I struggled at first, especially freshman year, because I'm the type who wants to be active in everything that's going on.
Same.
I never failed a class, but I failed a couple tests, of course. So, like, a wake-up call for me. Like, it only takes a couple times for me to actually be like, okay, let me chill out. Is there something you wish you knew before going to college that you think students should know, whether they're attending HBCU specifically or just college in general? It's important to network in college. While you're in college, well, I don't know about everyone, but I didn't think about like meeting actual people who knew people in higher places or whatever. I was just like, I'm with my friends, I'm gonna make more friends. Like, wouldn't really think about how it's gonna be on the outside when I get out. I wish I would have networked more. I wish I would have attended more conferences. Well, I'm pretty sure each major would have like their own conference. My major had journalism conference that they went to every year, and luckily I caught on in like the last year. But if I would have gone every year, who knows what I would have been doing now. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. I'll let you enjoy your day. Okay. Bye. Adding on to what Lexi was saying, I know it gets harder with attending classes and participating just off strength of it being virtual, because that might be some of your realities. Don't get comfortable with being in your bed, sleeping while the class is going on, because you're not going to get any information. Unless like they post their lectures, and that's fine. But just try to be engaged, try to make the most of the experience, because you're in college. You don't want to waste money. That's the last thing you want to do. Next caller. The next caller is Troy Walker. He's a graduate of UL Lafayette, and he is the man with the plan. I met him my freshman year. We were teammates, and he's helped me out so much since my freshman year. So I know he's going to give you guys some great advice. Hi, Troy. Say hello to the people that will eventually see this.
Beautiful people of YouTube. Hold on, first of all, can we acknowledge the set? Okay, this is a look.
Is it? Thank you.
We're here for it.
Question that I feel like you can answer the best is all about networking and interning on campus, what you did to be successful, because behind your back you see it says successful. You've been very successful, so let the people know what's something that would have helped you freshman year if you would have known in advance.
My big thing was I made sure I was always doing something. I feel like college is what you make of it, and if you just sit around in your room, you're not going to get where you need to go in the long run. Like, yeah, it may be fun to go to the clubs now, it may be fun to go to the parties, but at the end of the day, you get an education to graduate into a job. Not that anything's wrong with doing that thing, those things, but you have to make sure that you're also prioritizing. And you can have fun, but also make sure you put in the work. I made sure I had an internship almost every semester I was in school. So my sophomore year is when I first got an internship for like this talent agency. It was real kind of started, I'd say. I then went to intern for our school's athletic facilities. I then interned professional international. I was in a lot of different roles, and I also advise you to do that because I learned that I didn't like athletics from working with athletics. I didn't like talent recruitment because I was an intern and I learned that I didn't like it. So you may also really learn what you don't like rather than graduating and getting a job and being stuck in a position that you kind of have to wait it out because it's a job. You don't want to just quit after like 2 weeks. But if you don't get an internship, make your experience your internship. I was president of the Affinity Dance Group. And a lot of the stuff that I was doing in my classes, I would take back to the group. So a lot of things I was learning about social media, I would implement that with our team's social media page. Or a lot of things I was just learning about recruiting people or just different techniques about how to market things differently. I would take it back to my student organizations and use that as an opportunity to make my own internship.
Listening to you, I was like, dang, I wish I would have did that. Because I was going to also ask, like, how soon do you think people should start looking for internships? Because I always thought it's senior year, but now that you're talking, I'm still looking for internships out of college. So
yes, I'm not going to say, like, I wish I would have had one freshman year because I'm glad I didn't. I was actually able to be a freshman and learn college and, have fun. I also think it depends on your major because I was in STEM. So, STEM majors, they have to do a lot of research. Marketing and public relations and communications is, like, really people-related. You have to be in the know. You have to have experience. You got to know that person who do this or be the person who knows how to do that the person can call.
Sorry, my camera card ran out of battery, but Troy's advice, I was literally with Troy all the time my freshman year. I was like, how did I not pick this up? The next caller is Samantha Michelle, my sister. Y'all have definitely seen her on my channel before. She just received her master's from Louisiana Tech, so obviously she has her life together, so I'd be crazy not to ask her for advice. She also has a fashion page, so make sure y'all follow her on there. Now, let's give her a call. Say hello to the people.
Hi, subscribers.
So I already introduced you, and I told them that you're very studious, how a lot of people push the importance of a GPA, getting good grades. How important do you think that is, especially for students who are interested in going to get their master's and like getting a job after that?
I would definitely say that your GPA is more important than you really realize. Sometimes people think that it's just a number, but I definitely think that it is important, especially if you are a Louisiana resident, you're going to college in Louisiana. Your GPA kind of helps you keep your tops that you get every year. So if you don't keep a certain GPA, then you won't get your tops. You would never want to be shut out from something because of your GPA. For instance, maybe an internship opportunity, or maybe they're honoring people at the school for something, or even scholarship opportunities. They always look at your GPA. As far as jobs, looking at your GPA, well, definitely if you're going to medical school or going to be a lawyer, most companies don't check for your GPA. Mainly, I would say just if you want scholarships or you can keep a scholarship or you want recognition, I think that they are important. Adrienne brought up going to graduate school. Even though you say you're not going to graduate school, sometimes you still might end up going. I know my freshman year of college, I didn't think that I was going to go to graduate school, and then my junior year, I decided to go. I just got sent a letter saying that I was being requested to start my MBA year because of my GPA.
So basically, from what you were saying, is it may not be looked at for a job, but it can be used for extracurricular stuff to make you stand out for a job, so everything kind of flows together. Well, Sam, thank you for the advice. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of freshmen. I wish I would have known the importance of GPA when I started school, because I did not. Okay, I'm actually very surprised. That was actually really good advice. I mean, I'm not surprised that she gave it, but I was surprised, like, I never even thought about her answer. Like, I was going to say, it doesn't really matter. As I listened to her speak, I was like, okay, yeah, it's important. I will say for you all in particular, like, if you want to be involved in any student organization, you have to have a certain GPA. Different course loads can be more strenuous than others. Find you a good group of people that can set you up for success, because I joined group messages and just became friends with at least one person in my class, so they can at least be that person to sometimes remind me like, oh, this assignment's due, we have a test today. And there were times where I had no idea. Yeah, always try. I mean, you're in college, why not try to be successful in your classroom? The next caller is Miss Hailey, basically the president of UL. You definitely see her on my channel. We met my freshman year in a super unique way. Basically, we met and had sleepover the same night. But she's also my line sister, and she gives advice to students all the time. So I was like, why not ask her to give advice in my video? Hailey, I can't take you seriously right now. The question for you is advice for college students to like make friends.
First thing you need to do is get involved for sure, because if you just go to your class and go back in your room, who are you talking to? So I definitely say try to get involved in at least one organization. And another thing that a lot of people don't realize your freshman year is it's important to make friends with people in your classes too, because those people can help you be successful in that class. And also maybe later, closer, once you have like smaller classes for your major, those are people that you've already built connections with as well.
Okay, last, what's something you wish you knew before you came to college?
I'm gonna do two. Social wise, like I wish I would have known like be more intentional with like who your friends are and stuff like that, and like who you build relationships with, because not everybody is raised like you, and you'll find that out throughout the friendship. And then like school wise, just take it serious. People always be like, go to class and stuff, but no, for real, go to class. Like, get your GPA up now, because your class is only gonna get harder. Bye, Adrienne's follow subscribers.
A lot of great advice. That's probably like the most social person I know on campus. It has like the most connections. She got a lot of cool opportunities in college. So I was like, dang, I wish I would have known about that. Like getting some tuition paid for. I just got in the mail how much I owe in student loans, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's not horrible, but you know, it's gonna take a while to pay off. I wanted to give advice on being a Christian in college because I haven't seen like a lot of videos of people giving their perspectives. Definitely had its ups and its downs. You sometimes feel left out because your lifestyle doesn't reflect like your friends or other peers. So that was something I struggled with at time. I tried to like, you know, show the gospel through my lifestyle. And I think even though I didn't always know this, I was like really respected by my peers. Something I wish I would have known before going to college is to embrace being different and to embrace not always fitting in. That's something I still struggle with to this day. Woo, it's hot. But I always make sure I was spiritually fed. I wasn't always consistent with it, but you know, I'll get back on track. But there's, you know, different ways. There's different people you can fellowship with on campus. You'll be surprised. Just be open and transparent about who you are. That will attract the right people. I didn't deal with peer pressure a lot, but I definitely dealt with it, especially with drinking because I chose not to drink. But just have fun. Don't overthink it and just stay on guard. The next caller is Anna Williams. She transferred from UL to the Howard University our sophomore year to play volleyball. So I could not ask her to give advice from her perspective. She was also my resident before she left, and she's also my line sister, and also the reason why I passed my math class. A true blessing. I've missed her on my channel before, but she sent a video in to share some advice, so let's give it a listen.
Hi everyone, so my name is Anna. I am a graduate student here at Howard, getting my master's in public health, and I'm also on the women's volleyball team. So the question Adrienne asked me was, what advice would you give college athletes for students at HBCU/PWIs? My first advice would basically be put in the work. Doesn't matter if you're in the first lineup, doesn't matter if you're second, you could be dead last. You never know what may happen in a game, practice. The coach may need you, and if you know you've been putting in the work, going hard at it in practice, you'll be able to produce what you need to do during that time. My second advice would definitely be don't overthink things, because you know how to play the sport. You've been playing the sport for however long you've been playing it. Just go out there and do what you know how to do. Coaches are telling you new things. Don't think so hard on them. Just hear them, try to just learn it, and just do. Don't overthink of what they just said you need to do. And lastly would be have fun, because you've been playing the sport forever. I'm sure you've been having fun while playing it. So have fun, because these years go by quickly. Just enjoy it. It's a ride that some people can't experience, so have fun while you have it.
The next caller is Jamar Anderson. He's a graduate of Louisiana Tech. He's currently in school for his master's there as well. He also has a YouTube channel, y'all, so we need to check it out, and let's get him to 100 subscribers. I'm sure he has some great advice for y'all. Hi, Jam. Question I have for you is, what's something you wish you would have known about like being a leader on campus before you actually got to Tech?
I wish I would have known like the politics that comes with it, like knowing certain people and how that gets you pretty far, and how to use those connections. Like, don't take those for advantage. Like, those people are there for you, especially your skin folk, our kin folk, you know. They're really there for us. Something I did end up learning is like how to give back to the people after me. Because if it stops with me, then I didn't do my job as a leader on campus.
So would you say you learned the hard way, or you just kind of just peeped it over time?
I learned the hard way because I almost lost myself by not, you know, paying attention to it and trying to buy into the resources and the people that were trying to, you know, build me as a leader. Even at Tech, though, like, the people that look like me were still easily accessible.
Thank you for the advice. I'm sure it's going to help a student out there. Also add your YouTube channel so y'all can subscribe to his channel. More great advice. I didn't really even think about that, but there are different obstacles you have to face. It's not always who you know, but who knows you. The next caller is Bria Gautier, your soon-to-be chiropractor, my girl. She's also a graduate of UL Lafayette, and she was an RA in my building, my teammate, and now my line sister. I know she experienced a lot being an RA, so I'm sure she has some great advice to share. I don't know why I started laughing. Say hello to the people of YouTube. Being that you were an RA for 2 years, 3 years? 2 years. What advice would you give to students, incoming students specifically, about dorm life and, like, you know, some stuff that you saw residents dealing with that, you know, it might be helpful for freshmen to know about?
Thank you for that question. RAs are meant to, like, make dorm life enjoyable. So, you know, whenever there's an event, just get out. Even if you're like a shy person, just force yourself out of your comfort zone, because I mean, RAs are always trying to make you feel as comfortable as possible. So we just want y'all to get out and mingle amongst people. We don't want y'all to just be stuck in your room all the time. So I'm just speaking on me as an RA. Can't speak for everybody else, but just get out your comfort zone, push yourself as much as you can. It's easier said than done, but when you do it, you won't regret it.
Yeah, I felt like you had a better response because I was only a RA for 1 semester. And I know you probably had a lot of residents that dealt with, like, dating. You probably gave a lot of advice, including to me. So what advice would you give to freshmen about dating?
Don't grow up too fast. I mean, I know I'm not talking to college incoming freshmen as if we're like, y'all are in high school, y'all fresh out of high school, you know. You have plenty of time. Just enjoy yourself. It's fun, but it also can be dangerous, especially if you're dating an older person. I mean, not all of them have bad intentions, but it's really hard for you, being a younger person, to determine whether that's good or bad. Just live your life, because you will, you know, as you get older, you learn more. So yeah, just don't grow up too fast. Just enjoy life.
Well, Bria, thanks for your advice, and don't hang up. I'm gonna talk to you after this.
How is it?
Next caller. This next caller, y'all, he is no stranger to my channel. My college experience would not be the same without him. He's an amazing photographer. He's doing so much on the campus of UL right now that I couldn't not ask him to share advice.
Hello.
Say hi to the people.
Say hi to what?
The people, the viewers.
Hello. Hey everybody, how you doing?
I'm first gonna ask you about your experience with dating on campus, not just from your experiences, but what you've seen from a male perspective, being that you are an RA to a lot of students. So what advice would you give for freshmen coming in regarding dating?
It's a good question. I would say for dating, especially from a male perspective, number one thing, you need to be very much so cognizant of what you have going on when it comes to, like, your responsibilities. I mean, you know, as a freshman, you're moving on campus. You really don't want to be totally confused with anything that's going on or pack too much on your plate. Really, as a freshman, just concentrate on getting your grades together and everything first. I wouldn't be concentrated on dating until you firmly handle, like, your study schedule, study habits, all that. But, like, as far as, like, dating and, like, really going out and doing it as a man, I would say just be very respectful. We live in a day and age where, you know, you have to be extremely respectful and extremely cognizant of how you're addressing people and how you're speaking to ladies and stuff like that. Just be very respectful and pay attention to your surroundings. Be there for everybody, you know. I would say that.
And then next, so being that you are the man on campus, the man with the plan,
They don't know me.
a lot of students come to school and they don't know anything about Greek life, whether that be Panhellenic, IFC, or MPHC. What advice would you give to students, not even just freshmen, because some people are upperclassmen and don't know anything about it. So what advice would you give to students with that?
I'm a member of Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which is a Black MPHC organization on campus. It's the first D9 organization. I would say the biggest thing for this organization and for the organizations involved in the Divine Nine is just being discreet, not really putting yourself out there and saying exactly what you're interested in being a part of. As far as those organizations are, we're very much so like discretion and respect of other words. You can go to general events for MPHC, just kind of poke your head around and like just kind of evaluate everybody. And then we have those big general events, or whenever you want to go specifically to a specific fraternity or sorority's events, then you go to that and then you check out and you start making your presence more known in which one that you're for sure interested in. But eventually you also want to reach out directly and state that you're interested and just want to speak to and talk to somebody who has been a part of that fraternity. And as far as like other big organizations on campus, I would say just poke your head around and just kind of take a look at their events and look at what they're offering and see if it's a good idea for you to be a part of it. And what do they do after the fact? You know, how does their alumni stuff work, etc. Like, see how those other organizations work before you make a decision. You don't want to make a decision just based off of people or somebody telling you something. Make a decision off yourself.
Anything else you want to leave to the people before we go to the next caller?
As a man, I think it's very important that men work on communication. Communication is key. Get to know yourself before you date, and then date intentionally. So yeah.
Perfect, Yusef. Okay, I'll let you go to dinner now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that was some great advice. I'll just add on to that Greek life advice. Each organization has a website, so you have access to the basic general history on each organization. So in regards to MPHC, when you are at events, there's certain songs you are going to hear. I'll insert them now. You might hear this, you might hear this, or something around that realm. You will see like organizations strolling. Make sure you do not interfere. Make sure you do not mimic them. That is very disrespectful, and you don't want to, get yourself in a position that you can't get yourself out of, before you even know what organization you're interested in or if you're interested at all.
I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you to everyone who participated and gave advice. I really appreciate it. Make sure y'all follow them and subscribe to their channels for the ones that have YouTube channels. I hope you have an amazing college experience. If there's some questions that are left unanswered, just leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. And I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Walk in peace and love. God bless. And I'll see you guys in my next video.
Bye.